Located out in the Nevada desert, 80 miles from Area 51 and a 20-minute drive to the Las Vegas Strip, lies the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, where today the drivers will take big gambles and hope for big rewards with a victory and a spot in the playoffs. A speedway that started life originally as a 12-degree banked oval in 1996, with Mark the Kid Martin bringing home a victory on that day. In 2006, it was reconfigured to its current state, as we have on iRacing right now, as a progressively banked speedway, much like Homestead or Kansas. Speeds and temperatures will be hot, with tire wear playing a big factor into this race. Drivers will be side by side down to the apron and all the way up to the fence, with Las Vegas providing drivers plenty of room to race. And we will have all of the action live for you in our flag-to-flag coverage of the Bramante Landscape and Design 200. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Global SimRacing Channel. I'm Brian Yazek. Joining me in the booth is Blackjack Tanner Sharp. In the production truck, spinning the knobs, cranking the dials, and making us sound twice as good as we really look, is the Wayne Newton of directors, Joe Peak, and he is using cameras provided by the one and only Dougie Beard. Tanner, Las Vegas has quickly become a driver's favorite. Give the fans at home some insight to what it's like getting around this place.
Absolutely, but before I talk about the track, let me remind our viewers that this race is sponsored by Bramante Landscape and Design, serving Long Island's most prestigious homes and estates for over 15 years. Call them at 516-671-4499 or visit www.bramante.com. Now, if you're living in the city built on sand and broken dreams, with the Tropicana Casino to your left and the Luxor Pyramid to your right, keep driving straight past the airport and you'll find yourself at 1.5 miles of paved D-shaped desert. That is the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. In 1972, this place started as a drag strip. In 1985, a 3/8 mile oval was built. But this is Vegas, where bigger is always better. So in 1996, yet another 1.5 mile track was born. With qualifying being as important as passing, you'll be hitting a 16, and a track positions will be prestigious as a pair of bullets in the hole in a game of Texas Hold'em. Las Vegas Motor Speedway is a 1.5 mile racetrack with 20 degrees of banking in all corners of the racetrack, turns 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it is a very fast racetrack, especially down by the white line where it's nice and grippy at times. And we don't have a lap guide here today, Brian, but there is qualification going on.
As you see on screen right now, that is the number 97 of Jesse Abram wheeling around. I think he just put up a 6th place run. That number 97 Ford Fusion, I just kind of repeated myself there. We're getting back into the flow of things, but there you see, we're going to have the 93, I believe. Well, nope, 23 is going to be moving now. It's the 23 of... oh, no, we got Dylan Jones on screen. There we go. I'm playing around here. Dylan Jones might be a name familiar to some as a front runner in a lot of the NIS Fixed and NIS Open series. So see what kind of time he's going to rip off here, sailing off into turn 1. Tanner, a lot of bumps down there. How does the car respond over those?
Usually it gets very bumpy, and sometimes it can stall out the car just a little bit, especially on older tires. Sometimes you have to run a groove up to carry that speed on corner exit as well. So, and turns 3 and 4 actually acts a little bit different than turns 1 and 2. Turns 1 and 2 on the bottom side of the racetrack is the bumpiest part of the racetrack. Turns 3 and 4, if you can hug it down to that white line down there without hitting that apron and get into the throttle, man, you can carry some serious speed on corner exit.
Well, speaking of some serious speed, Dylan Jones, P1 with a 29.08. That right now is a very stout time, but there's still a good chunk of drivers left to go. So he's not safe, as here you see Ethan Moore coming across the line. And he goes right up to the P1. So there we go.
Yeah, 29.048 for Ethan Moore, and the fastest practice time earlier was a 29.005. So we're still hitting faster speeds as this qualification continues.
Well, so it seems like, you know, there's about a 10th or so pickup out there. So top driver in practice was David Washington, followed by Alan Elwood. So that could be something worth keeping an eye on later on in this as the qualifying session rolls on. Here we see Andrew Payne on screen. Andrew currently is a high school student based out there in California. Homework and then iRacing. That's pretty good, putting up a P9 effort.
But yeah, that is pretty good. Taking a lot of time to school and simulation.
Well, there we go. Here we go. We're going to find the Gary Sexton, number 13 machine. So you're bringing it high, wide, and handsome right out there. The whole goal there is you try and build up a lot of speed to get the most run that you can get. Bring it down. Here we go. Watch him sail off here into turn one. Kind of floats through the middle and then cuts down right there. A lot of times you can avoid those bumps that really upset the car and really can scrub off some speed. So going down the Nellis straight, sailing off into turn three. Bringing it right down there. That's looking pretty stout. Now, we do run qualifying in reverse order of practice, so guys that were at the top in practice are going to start coming out now. So Gary Sexton, 29.16, puts him P6 right now.
I like the line Gary Sexton took down turns 1 and 2. He really avoided those bumps, which actually, if you really notice, Brian, he drove a little groove higher than hugging it down to the white line where it's mostly bumpy.
Yeah, that could go either way, in all honesty, depending on how you feel the car is going. Oh, I was just watching Josh Bonwell really trying to get everything he could up there into turn one, and he got a little too much of it and basically beat the fence down. Now, luckily, I think that was his, he already took his good time.
Top 5 so far in practice, but if he hit the wall on this lap, it's not really going to count.
Nah, he hit it on the second lap. I was a little bit behind on myself. Now it looks like the number 4, William Locklear, a Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet. Oh, Martin Truex style paint scheme from when Truex came into the Cup Series.
Yeah, that was back in, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 2006. That kind of really reminiscence to that paint scheme. Down the back straightaway. Let's see what he's going to do. This is the most important part for your opening lap. That high line, dip it down to the middle groove.
Build up all that speed. Here we go on board with the number 4 machine. Right through the apron. That's where that gets all sorts of good time. Down here into turn 1.
And by the time he got into the throttle there, Brian, that car just wanted to dip to the bottom, and that totally dipped to the bottom, went out to the outside. Down in turn number 3, dipping it straight to the bottom, hugging the inside row. Back into the throttle, is going to come off the exit of the corner, about 181 miles an hour.
And survey says
29.1, which is 6th fastest.
That's where a lot of these guys seem to be falling in, is right about that P6 line.
Only 3 drivers have able to hit. Oh, we got a 29er or 28er. Excuse me. Woo! Alan Elwood.
Very uniquely colored number 5 machine. 28.93. Ha! Diggity.
That is the fastest it's been all night.
I think that's going to be your pole. Now, pole is definitely worth going after. It's the Sim Speed Shop Pole Award. Every 2 poles the driver gets, that driver earns $5, and the driver with the most poles at the end of the season earns a $20 bill. That's nothing wrong with that. Courtesy of Sim Speed Shop, a great place to order custom button boxes as well as buy and sell used equipment. For more information, go to simspeedshop.com. I think that's gonna conclude qualifying, because a lot of guys that still haven't taken time, I think they missed their windows. I've been hearing. Oh, okay. So we got Michael Snow out there. Jump around here.
And need a good car and a good line to really get to that 28.
You're really gonna have to let the rough side drag to get that lap. That was just impressive. I think this is still lap 1. Well, he brought it down. Okay. Camera angle was a little weird on me. The way I don't see on the broadcast, you guys get the wonderful Dougie Beard cameras, and I've got the default iRacing cameras on my screen. So looked a little strange, but rips across it at 29.45, and he looks like he's going to be on it to try and get a second lap. But I got to be honest with you, Tanner. I think all the good is worn out of those tires.
I think the good is worn out of them tires indeed. Michael Snow just ran his time, and he ran a 29.4 like you said. I think there's another driver that's out there, and that would be Ryan Hill. I think he's done. He's slowing it down.
Snow's trying.
Third, he ran a flat, but
yeah, Snow went way slower on lap 2. So yeah, that might very well might do it. I think.
I think that will conclude qualification. Seeing Eric Stanford, David Washington, and Andrew Farnyars yet to take a qualification time yet. I'm still seeing David Washington down pit road. He might get called out on the racetrack to go to his qualification time.
He's sitting there, but he's not in the queues. And I know that they were calling the numbers out while we were talking, so it was a little hard for me to try to pay attention. But it seemed like I did hear the in-race admin kind of getting after some guys going, hey, you missed your spot. Sorry. So here we go. We're going to go to the pole winning lap from Alan Elwood. Going to be your, like we talked about, Sim Speed Shop Pole Award. I mean, I think we missed most of this lap, so I didn't see how good it looked, but here he goes. I believe we're just, let's see, coming across the line, brings it right down, got it low in 3 and 4. That's just a pretty lap right there, Dana.
It is a beautiful lap.
Oh, here we go. So, yep, there's that high kind of arc in. Didn't really get all the way to the bottom.
Nope.
That's kind of unique there.
He ran. It's interesting, like you said, because he ran in the middle of the seams in 1 and 2. There's 2 seams out there from what I'm seeing. And in turns 3 and 4, he'll definitely run it out to the bottom side of the racetrack, and he picked up a lot of speed. 185 coming off that corner of turn number 4, and got to the line at 195 miles an hour, which posted his lap time of a 28.939.
Well, just when we thought qualifying is over, they sent everybody ahead and had a lap out. They sent him out onto the track. David Washington, who did run that 29 flat in practice, now onto the speedway. So you can back that up.
Yeah, if there's going to be one guy that's going to get to that 28 barrier, it's going to be David Washington. I mean, he ran a 29.005 in practice. He was right in the ballpark of Elwood. Let's see what Washington can do. Coming off turn number 4, maybe just as fast or a little slower.
29.03. Backed it up, but not quick enough for the pole. So I guess, well, let's see here. I thought I heard somebody else flying around the track. There we go.
Stanford didn't even take a practice lap at all, so this is the first time all evening tonight he's actually taking a lap.
First lap 21 or 29.51, so more of a banker lap, probably to feel what the car's got. He could probably back that up, I would think. He's running real high in 3 and 4. Probably just, oh, and there's the fence.
Yep.
And then also while we were looking at that, Andrew Farnyars, oh my goodness, here we go. Farnyars. I had it right the first time, and then I second guessed myself. Ripped off a 29.09, which would put him P7. And we'll take a look at the driver standings right now. You've got William Roberts Jr. up at the top of the standings with 5 playoff points. Those are going to come handy down the road. Now you got Andrew Farnyars. Oh my goodness, why am I doing this? You know, it's not like I only practiced that name 4 times. Alan Elwood in 3rd into the points. Eric Stanford 4th. Kyle Kramer in 5th. David Washington 6th. And Gary Sexton in 7th. Tanner, take the right side.
Yeah, on the right side, Tyler Chalk in 8th. 8th in points. 8 points ahead of the cutoff line. Danny Rogers in 9th. 7 points ahead of that cutoff line. William Locklear in rounding out that top 10 in points. 6 ahead of the cutoff line. Mark Weasley in 11th. And Ryan Hill in 12th. And there we go. Here's that cutoff line. Jason Jacoby, 13th, -1 out of that spot to be in the playoffs. And Dylan Jones in 14th.
Jason Jacoby not here as well, so that could really move that line around. And now we're going to go on screen to the race details for tonight. There we go. We've got our Gen 6 machines, fixed setup. You have a tire allotment of 5 sets, which is a very unique thing on the iRacing service. Basically, what that means is you got basically count the 1 set on the car, and then you got the 16 basically waiting in pit roads to use as your discretion. So 2 caused incidents equals a DQ. And yes, we have a very unique green-white checkered system here. If the race finishes under yellow, the top 10 drivers will have 1 attempt for a green-white checkered. Basically, what they'll do is they'll go green after the pace car pulls in from the victory lap. So they've kind of taken it upon themselves. Very unique around here. And here we go for the grid. As we talked about, Alan Elwood on your pole, on the pole, sorry. And then to his outside is David Washington, Ethan Moore in the 3rd spot with Ryan Hill in 4th, Dylan Jones 5th, Kyle Kramer to his outside in 6th, Andrew Farinars in 7th, Ken Richardson in 8th, Josh Bonwell in 9th, and 10th, William Locklear.
Daniel Eberhardt is going to start outside the top 10 tonight in 11th. Gabriel Wood in 12th. Gary Sexton will start 13th. Richard Regan Jr. will round out in 14th tonight. Justin Faulkner in 15th. Jesse Abraham in 16th. Andrew Payne will start in 17th. Mark Jackson in 18th. Ellery Queen will start in 19th. And rounding out that top 20 is Kevin Fetty.
21st blackjack position here in Vegas is Ray Richard with Joe Johnson in 22nd. 23rd to Michael Snow, Eric Stanford 24th, 25th Judd Danielson, Stephen Llewellyn in 26th, and shotgun on the field, Colton Salick. We have 132 laps on tap tonight.
We got stages.
Do have stages. So stage 1, much like you see in the real Sprint Cup series, or not Sprint Cup, wow, Monster Energy Cup series. There's a, anyways, I don't have an excuse for that one. Stage 1 is 33 laps. The top 10 all get points. Stage 2 is also 33 laps, and stage 3 will be 66 laps. Be your run to the end. Fuel window is about 48 to 51 laps with that shortened fuel cell of 80%. So going to be interesting to see how this race unfolds, but I'll tell you what, boys and girls, we're getting ready to let everybody loose. Alan Elwood to bringing them down. Pace car is going to be looking to get out of the way. Field is in his control, and here, bringing them down, bringing them down. Green flag is in the air, and we're underway at Las Vegas. Elwood getting a good start, but the 55 up there in the top lane, going to try to take it, maybe looking 3 wide on lap 1. That's a little bold of a strategy. Ryan Hill up there, he's still going to try sending it. But here is Alan Elwood still leading away, but he's going to have to fend off a charge from David Washington. Use that upper lane to really get a good run down into turn 3 side by side.
Man, how many drivers would love to run the Harry Gant groove here at Las Vegas, because that number 98 wants it. That is David Washington, but he's not going to lead the first lap. The first lap's going to go to Alan Elwood, our pole sitter of the evening. First side-by-side battle on the track is between David Washington and Ethan Moore.
Washington down to the inside. He's going to really hope to hook that line and try to get the momentum off, but I think it's going to be a little too late. Ethan Moore going to get a good run from the outside, and he's going to take over the 2nd position now with that 23 machine up 1 tick. Another side-by-side action I found just a couple rows back. It's Daniel Eberhardt in the 90 with the 55 of Ryan Hill, and that position settles out as Daniel Eberhardt closes the door.
Just in 2 laps, started 11th, already cracking the top 5 for Daniel Eberhardt in that number 94, who is running that high line side of the racetrack, getting good momentum on corner exit, trying to chase down Andrew Farinars.
Top lane in 1 and 2 can really be a game changer, and you'll see as it moves on, especially later in the run, you're going to see a lot of guys pretty much gravitate up there. You see David Washington poking his nose down low on the 23. They're going to fall back in line right up on that rear bumper. We're going to jump back to the 9th position now.
Now William Locklear. Gary.
It's just behind him.
Just behind him. Yeah, that would be Gary Sexton. And Richardson, yes. Richard Regan.
Top lane, not going to quite work in 3 and 4, and that's what's going to allow Gary Sexton to move in on the bottom. And then Richard Regan Jr. getting a good run from the top side, move him up to the 11th position.
I think that top lane will work as a run goes on if we continue to have green flag runs in 3 and 4 there, Brian.
very well could be. It just depends on how the setup wants to handle. And it looks like Dylan Jones missed the grid as well, and he started from pit road. So fans of Dylan Jones, he is right now dead last, a solid 15 seconds off of the lead. But you know what? In case calamity strikes, he's actually going to be in a perfect spot. The side-by-side battle once again for the second position. Ethan Moore has it. David Washington wants it, and Washington's going to drive to the bottom and power off of the corner and take that second spot.
Ethan Moore on the high side of the racetrack. He's under heavy fire right now from Andrew Farnyards, but just don't look back. You got Eberhardt right there coming from 11th. He's already cracked that top 5. Ryan Hill in the 55. Here comes Eberhardt getting close to that left rear quarter panel. Down to the start-finish line right here. Nothing producing of a side-by-side battle just yet, but I have a feeling it's going to produce something down in turns 1 and 2. Look at Eberhardt, very high lane above the racetrack, and he's going to get some good momentum on corner exit. I don't think that 55 is going to hang with him. Not right now. That bottom lane might be used up in the early stages already. That high lane can really be a beneficiary factor, just like you said, Brian.
And Eberhardt was up there, way up there, higher than anybody else in 1 and 2. I know he's trying to look on the inside of the 23 of Ethan Moore. Here they go side by side down into turn 1. Now Eberhardt's going to have to switch lanes and go to the bottom and try and make that move work. Let's see if he can stick it down. He's got the spot, but Ethan's just going to power off of the corner from the top lane. It's so hard to get the car to build up a run, but eventually here we're going to have a good battle for the lead. Alan Elwood's lead has shrunk. Here's David Washington. Here's Andrew Farnyards.
This might be a 3-car battle for the lead if Washington and Elwood start battling. And look at Washington down on the apron. You can go down there. There's no penalty to go, that you can't go down there. It's all legal, and he's really gaining on Elwood for that top spot. But once they start battling, that's going to bring Farnyards right into position for attack.
I'll tell you what, back fourth spot. It's like Daniel Eberhardt has taken that position away from the 55. So the 55 started 4th, made a very good move on the outside, but then maybe just trying to let the race come back to him a little bit. Because now Eberhardt is really flying. He's running laps. I mean, that last lap, he was actually quicker than our leaders all the way up there in that very top lane. And I think it's unique because David Washington, you might as well start calling him Catfish, because he has been on the bottom of the track this entire race, and he better than anybody right now, is making that low groove in 1 and 2 work. He's got a very unique style, and oh goodness, he got real close to the fence. Now he's going to try to bring it down here, but he's the only one I'm seeing really making that low groove in 1 and 2 work. You've got Eberhardt all the way up by the fence, and then you've got David Washington basically side drafted him into the corner. Then they're going to be side by side on exit. Watch the push. Oh, whoa, goodness. And Eberhardt behind him. Everybody's swatting flies off of the corner. Good save.
Yeah, good save. I thought some drivers were done with Daytona, but apparently not.
Well, I think a lot of drivers may have been practicing on the dirt service that iRacing has, because I watched him about over elbows on the in the in card. There's Andrew up into the 2nd spot.
This battle ain't done yet. I mean, Washington, he's trying. Farnyards is in position. He's utilizing that draft down the straightaway. And yes, sir, you can use a little draft here at Vegas. It's not so much like you would see at Daytona or Talladega or the bigger 2-mile racetracks, but there is some draft here.
I'm going to kind of point out here, Kyle Kramer started up in the 6th position. He's faded all the way back to the 13th spot. I don't know if he's trying to save his tires.
Oh, we got a spinner.
Oh, that was the 97. That's the risk, but he's got it straightened back up. Jesse Abraham. Woo!
Jesse Abraham got loose in that tri-oval area of the speedway.
Here. And that's the risk. That's the risk you run coming off of the apron like that, because it could really destabilize the car and really make what just happened to him happen. You see him, he goes down here.
Yeah,
and then it's where it transitioned. Oh, he may have been in trouble before that. Good save, though. Wow.
It was a great save. He had such momentum coming off turn number 4. He's like, okay, I'm going to try to go for a pass right here. As soon as he dipped down to the apron, the car just snapped loose on him, but a tremendous save by Jesse Abraham.
As I was saying before that excitement, Kyle Kramer back in the 13th spot. I don't know if he's trying to save his tires or maybe something just isn't to his liking right now.
Ooh.
Faded a little bit on the start, but he's hanging out.
We got a battle
side
for
by
second.
side. Ooh, we got a battle for second.
Yeah, David Washington just went right underneath on entrance of the corner. of Andrew Farnyards, able to
he
take second
closes
place
the
away,
door.
closes the door.
That's what I was talking about. David he's got a lane in 1 and 2 that just works. It's really, really impressive because it seems like everybody around him seemingly has gravitated towards the top, but here he is hanging out at the bottom as Eberhardt gets loose again off of turn 4 just behind him.
Eberhardt has 2 playoff points to his record. He did miss the season opener in Daytona.
Okay, and Washington took a really high lane in 1 and 2 again. So just as I called out, these guys decide to change up their mind. But I'd keep an eye on Eberhardt back there. Really likes to run that top lane in 1 and 2 and really seems to get a good run off of the corner with it. I think Richard Petty always used to say he liked to run in the high lane in case something happened. The trip to the wall it didn't hurt as much when you run it.
It didn't hurt as much, yep.
Oh, look at this battle on screen for the 10th position. You got them 3 wide, side by side. There's the Ken Richardson is in there. Great camera shot looking down that corner. Ken Richards, you're going to get that run from the top lane that we were kind of talking about earlier. And he's going to use it to power past Richard Reagan Jr. And then he's going to try sending it into the next corner, try and get Josh Bonwell.
Yeah, he's trying. He lost a couple positions at the start of the race, but he's still trying to get up there in that top 10 spot.
Bonwell has damage. So right side of that car is pancaked really good.
They've hit that outside wall coming off the edge of the corner, possibly turn number 2.
That car looks really unstable, too, off of the corners. The 56 there of Bonwell.
I don't know if this is true or not. This is just from my experience, but sometimes if you hit the car just right on... Oh, he's in the wall again. That's turn 4. 3 wide.
This is going to get interesting here, boy.
Man,
very aware of what the spotter calls out.
Man, Andrew Payne thought about 4 wide.
And remember how I was just talking about Kyle Cameron right beforehand?
Contact. Oh!
Everybody gets it together. And he decides to go to the bottom and take him 3 wide.
All right, let's rub each other. Now let's take a 3 wide now and see how we do. So far, we're doing great, boys.
Yeah, Kyle, he's working his way back up. So that very well was a tire-saving move from him, trying to get back into the hunt here as we're getting closer to the end of stage 1.
If I was behind these guys, this is a wasp full of bees. Good Lord.
Not missing anything out front. Alan Elwood still has his lead. Oh, we got a problem! Put it out!
Ethan Moore! Oh, big trouble. I think number 4, William Locklear's involved as well.
Oh, and that's a big hit to the inside wall for Ethan.
And it kind of reminds me of that Jeff Gordon hit back in 2008.
And the 14, Michael Snow got a part of that. Ray Richer has some rear damage. Here we go with the replay. We're going to see what happens off of the corner.
Maybe we get it. Maybe
kisses the wall and then gets behind on the steering, and away they go.
Man, I think Sexton would be a great onboard.
And kudos for the drivers that were kind of behind all that to not get a big part of that. It could have been huge. But the drivers, everybody kind of avoided it. We're going to go on board with Gary Sexton here. He had a really good look at it.
Closest guy to the guys right. That's right from that. And I got into the incident off turn number 2.
He just reacts and goes low and clears it all. Whoa! That's pit road is open, and there's a split strategy going on at the front. Alan Elwood was looking to come down. Oh, there we go.
Seeing about half the field is down pit road there, Brian.
Yeah, that's a bold strategy. I mean, Alan Elwood, tires are so important here. Those times had fallen off really decently, about 1.5 seconds to the end of that run. But with the end of the stage coming up in 10 laps, I think Alan knows he's probably going to try and lock down some stage points for the end of the season. And I think a lot of guys that were maybe running on the outside could have been trying to think the same thing. I'll tell you what, though, I don't want to be the last guy on tires.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Really surprising. The 56 stayed out as well with that right side damage. Getting a report that the 92 missed his pit box and had to do the iRacing shuffle. I like to call that when you go either too far forward, left or right, and you got to back it up, especially with the animated pit crews now that are on these Gen 6 Cup cars. There's a real tight window that you got to hit on pit road. Oh, and we've got a penalty. Justin Faulkner, an end-of-line penalty. Drove through too many pit stalls on exit. I believe, Tanner, what's the rule? Is it 3 or 5?
I believe it's 3.
We got the Las Vegas police out there.
Yeah, I know it's Sin City, but...
Oh, and Andrew Payne also getting that same penalty. And then, so just got a report over the race control channel that the driver at fault of that accident, Ethan Moore, he already disconnected, so there'll be no additional penalties on that.
First driver with 4 fresh tires is back there in 18th spot, number 3, Mark Jackson.
Well, you know what? If you were some of the guys maybe towards the back half of the top 10 and maybe even into the teens, this could be a good strategy gamble. I really believe that the 3 and the 17 are going to make some inroads. They could get up to get some stage points, but it's going to be a tough road ahead of them.
Well, if they can get up there in the top 10 at least, I mean, that's bonus points is right there, 10 through first through 10th. But as far as getting a stage point for that playoffs, that could be a whole different story. But again, we're going to have 9 laps to figure all that out.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting run to the stage break here. Pace car is going to be looking to get out of the way, give the field back to Alan Elwood. He is now in control, and he's away onto the loud pedal. Green flag back into the air as you're seeing all sorts of tire wiggle and tire spin off of that restart. Look at it fan out on the front stretch.
Yeah, advocate for that tire spin. That was a huge factor last week or 2 weeks ago in Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Tires are cold too, so once they get a heat cycle in them, they have even less grip than they did before. Goodness, everybody's wiggling up in the corner. Here comes
trouble down the back straightaway, almost 3 wide on entrance of the corner. That was with Eric Stanford in that mix. Battle for the lead, though.
Yep. Andrew Farnars wants it, and that's going to be trying to get the line. Ooh, give it to
Farnars.
Yeah, Farnars.
2 1/1000th of a second he led that lap.
Side by side into turn 1. Which is going to prevail, the bottom or the top? They're going to get a push off of the corner. Here comes the 5 of Elwood with a good run down the top. And he's not going to quite clear them. They're still going to be side by side. This is great racing action. Everard, you know, is back there in the popcorn position, just waiting, hoping one of these guys maybe slips up so he can get up there and steal a stage win.
Yeah, he's back there licking his chops with these top 2 drivers right now. They're balanced side by side, entering turn number 1. Farnyard's trying to continue to stay with them. I think Elwood has the preferred line on corner exit of turn 2. Looks like he will clear Farnyard's off the corner. Farnyards is looking on the high side, maybe pushed up just a little too much on corner exit, lost his momentum. Elwood's going to lead that lap last time by, but Eberhard. Oh, Eberhard, maybe. Did he touch the wall? Look at Washington.
He got real close to it.
Was Washington another driver that took tires?
David Washington took tires, and he is up to the lead. Where did he come from? Now he's gone. There is no, I mean, that's fresh tires all the way right there for the 98. That shows you just how important the tires are. He was able to drive from somewhere back
16th.
in the 16th on the restart.
16th. He restarted on the restart because the number 3 was 18th. And where's that 3 car? That 3 car's actually cracked and starting to crack at the top 10, but he is gone.
Mark Jackson's working his way up towards the top 10. There you see on screen.
Well, unless we get a caution, we can probably kiss this stage goodbye if you stay out.
I think David, I mean, if we're talking Las Vegas landmarks, David Washington, he's heading to the strip, and Alan Elwood's still sitting here in the infield going, what happened?
Yep, Elwood just ran a 30.944 compared to Washington's 29.6. And coming to the line right now, it might be a faster lap time, actually, since he's working with all that clean air.
Oh, yeah. That's
29.7.
Yeah. 29.7 to a 31 flat. That is...
Woo!
And the caution out. Oh, it's a wreck on the front stretch. Put it out. It's the 97.
Number 97.
And that's right at the end of the stage.
Jesse Abraham.
This is going to get interesting. Because remember, they pay points on lap 33. We're on lap 30.
Oh, looks like the number 9 kind of hit the number 4 back there. The number 9, who's the number 9 car here? That would be Stephen Llewellyn and William Locklear.
Oh, and the 97 was just an innocent bystander in that one, too. Oh, he had the brakes full locked, hoping not to hit the wall, and it backed into it. Here you're going to see on the replay. 97 is just going to be on the bottom, kind of minding his own business, and then the 9 is just going to...
Then the 9 3 wide, and yep, that just ricocheted right into the 97 of Jesse Abraham. Oh, very unfortunate.
Now what do you do?
Well, if you're on old tires, you pit.
I mean, you saw how important tires are, and here comes
Everhart.
Everhart.
Everhart's in.
Oh, a good chunk of the field is down pit road. Now, they're sacrificing stage points, but it's going to be interesting here.
I did not like what Elwood did there. He's gonna get up.
I would have pitted.
Yep, I agree. Him and Farnyars.
He saw what happened, you know, and Eberhard just... Oh, there's a shot. Like there's a stack up back there on pit road with the 18, the 19. I just kind of looked straight on the replay. That was right up there, just beyond just at the edge of the camera.
Yeah, the 19 actually. Oh, actually, he was going to miss his pit box, so he actually backed it up and tried to get into his pit box. He was still trying to readjust, but I think he's okay. A lot of time cost on pit road, though.
Yeah. Oh, he missed his stall, and then, oh boy, I've been there. I've been there, Eric. We've all been there, buddy.
Yeah, ever since. I mean, this may be an excuse. This might not be an excuse, but ever since they got rid of that lollipop guy, I've been overdriving my pit box.
All right, so now the field's going to cycle around here. Once everybody gets cycled in, we'll kind of give a little rundown here because the stage is coming to an end.
So now, Everhart. Sorry, Brian, but Everhart's in
Elwood's pitting. Elwood's
pitting? Oh. I would have pitted last time.
99 behind him. That could have. Oh, could have just been a calculated error on his part.
Oh, the 88 stayed out. He's going to get eaten up.
Oh, Andrew. He's asking. I just heard him asking race control. Is this lap the end of the stage or next? Poor Alan Elwood. There's no way he's going to recover back to get any kind of stage points. I think he was hoping that they were going to run long enough to maybe sneak out, maybe pit on one to go, and try to get some points there. But unfortunately, you know, luck of the draw in Vegas, it just was not in his favor right there.
Should have asked all these drivers before they took the green flag if they felt lucky. I tell you what, I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on the race officials because we are technically on the white flag lap of that stage, of the first stage. So we'll have to see if they're going to extend this yellow flag or.
Oh, we've got some penalties. So Locklear was given the blame for that first caution and was assigned an EOL penalty. So that's strike one against him. And Stephen Llewellyn was given an EOL penalty for avoidable contact on pit road. So race control really on top of things here.
Eyes in the sky.
There's the song that kind of said something about that. The Alan Parsons Project, The Eye in the Sky. That might be that one might be before your time, Tanner.
Probably.
So,
all right, so
did we ever get clarification? Was that the points lap?
I did not get any clarification. Right now, we are sitting on the 1 to go mark. Pace car lights are turned off. We're getting double filed up, but I did not see any race control verification.
Because, I mean, if it's the completion of lap 33, the top 10 being David Washington, Andrew Farnars, Mark Jackson, Richard Reagan Jr., Gary Sexton, Justin Faulkner, Ken Richardson, Ryan Hill, Dylan Jones making a triumphant run back up after missing the grid, and Kyle Kammer there in the 10th position. I'll tell you what, though, if I was in that 88 machine, I would not like where I'm sitting right now. He has the original tires that he started the race on. Now, he is saved. Now, if you think about it, though, this could be a strategic bet. Because remember, they only have 4 sets of tires that they can use in the race. Most of the field has already burned up 1 set, maybe even 2 sets, so some of the other ones. So now Andrew has a spare set.
All right, race controls confirmed. That was the point. That was the points last time by.
All right.
And Andrew Farnars, don't spin those tires aggressively, buddy. I know we're going green, but you're on older stickers.
And David Washington wastes no time getting on the loud pedal. Andrew is just swirling, doing a John Force-style burnout, getting it up through the gear. But now he's going to be surrounded by angry bees as he gets off into turn 1 here.
Uh-oh. See ya.
He's going to fight valiantly, but it's going to be a fight in vain as he gets a push up to the corner. He didn't hit the wall, but goodness. He's just, ooh, boy. He's finding out what it's like to be an anchor right now.
Ooh, that wouldn't be a very good idea, the 93. Look at that, from 2nd to 12th in 1 lap. Look at Regan. Richard Regan Jr. got 2nd place. Actually, he's got the lead. No, he's 2nd place, excuse me. I totally missed Washington way out front.
Now, Washington is trying to check out, and remember, he has older tires than Richard Regan.
He does. But right now, Regan is actually trying to hold off Gary Sexton for the 2nd spot.
Sexton has the fresh tires as well.
Look at that 55 up on the hill.
He's lurking that top lane. He's trying to check it out.
He's going to go 3
top to bottom, and Sexton throws a huge block.
Sexton says, no, you don't be doing that to me, buddy.
the Kempe Mutombo commercial? No.
Number 10 of Ken Richardson thought the opportunity. Doesn't look like he's going to get it on Ryan Hill this time by. How's Eberhardt doing back there?
He's lurking back there. You can tell that number 90 machine is the closest one to the fence in 1 and 2. You can always spot it about a mile away, but look at that run he gets. Looking to the inside of Ken Richardson. He's going to fall in line this time. Watch that number 90. We get off here into turn 1 and 2. Generac machine.
That number 90 of Daniel Eberhardt, he's bad fast. He dominated all the stages last week or 2 weeks ago in Atlanta, and I mean he's still fast. I mean he's got a win column coming eventually.
And look at that! Use that run to get around the number 10 machine. He's going to be upside here or on the top side, and you should from the top lane if you're up there. You can really defend the run and really protect your position. Goodness gracious! I think he caught a part of the wall right there. I'm seeing scrapes down the right side of the 90 machine.
Actually, probably if I was at Las Vegas, if I was at the track in real life form, that'd probably be my favorite spot at the track to sit.
I mean, it probably didn't hurt. It probably just narrowed up the car just a little bit. So I can be faster, right? Yeah. That's how drivers feel. He just hit the wall and you go, hey, that's faster.
Washington's been hunted down by Richard Regan Jr.
That battle for the lead is starting to heat up. Washington has it. Regan wants it. A difference of about 10 laps in tires, and you will see what we've got here. There goes the 46 looking to the inside. Washington using that high line to keep the momentum up and defend the spot. But look at Eberhardt back there in the 90 using that top lane again. He's going to try to steal the 3rd position away from Sexton. And he's going to keep climbing the fence up there into 1 and 2. Climbing the banking.
Man, he's going to Harry Grant.
Look at that. Here we go.
That 3 wide maybe.
He's deciding, you know what? This is going to work. I'm just going to keep doing this. Excuse me. Pardon me.
Those momentum's on corner exit. They're going to split up for the lead.
3 wide in Las Vegas and give the lead to Daniel Eberhardt using that high, wide, and handsome Harry Gant line. Oh, contact going into the corner between David and Reagan. Oh, save it! Oh,
we're good.
Goodness.
We're wheeling it. We're dealing it.
Americans, this is lap 43. This is not lap, this is not 5 to go. These guys are giving it all here on the Global Sim Racing Channel.
Eberhardt's still using that high line, kind of pulling away from Regan Jr. just a little bit. Washington's got a rear full of cars. But a lot of these drivers are on fresher tires than Washington, though.
Last time by, though, Eberhardt running that 30-31, 30-36 behind him. Look at that battle going off into the corner.
And remember, Dylan Jones had a late start to the race, missed the grid, and actually started from pit road. And here he is in the top 3.
That's not surprising. Dylan Jones is a very fast individual. I've raced and lost against him plenty of times on the iRacing circuit. Oh, Washington almost catches the fence off of turn 4. That car, when you get clean air, the old tires can work. But once you start getting in a pack with all that dirty air, it just amplifies any handling issues that you have.
Yeah, it definitely, and it really upsets the car. Dirty air. You want to get as much clean air to that engine as possible because that's going to respond to the tires, and the tires do like that clean air. More grip.
The grip is king in these Gen 6 cars. In the most recent software, the build change, I think it was for season 4, really saw a big reduction in downforce. So these cars are a lot more than drive out there now.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, I do believe iRacing reworked all the physics as far as the NASCAR standpoint goes as well.
Yeah, there's all sorts of, and it was kind of a top to bottom thing. As you see, Richard Regan side by side with Dylan Jones. That's for the 2nd position. It looks like I'm seeing a whole lot of cars. They're going to start getting to Las Vegas. We're going to start having the name of the Las Vegas Strip with how close these guys are racing to the fence. A lot of cars getting some scrapes down the right side.
Hey, these guys are going. Maybe we should have took the action to that 3/8 mile of the bull ring.
That could be interesting. Don't give these guys ideas.
In a cup car.
Yeah, don't give them ideas. They'll figure out a way to make it work.
If the Lotus 79 can work on a dirt track, from what I've seen on the YouTube video.
Well, I also saw an Audi Le Mans vehicle running GRC out there too. So anything is possible. You see, look at that. Look at that run.
The Jones tapped the wall of turn 2.
Oh, they're going to try. Discretion was a better part of valor there for Richard. He decided to back out of it really quick. But that's going to allow Ryan Hill on the inside and that number 55 machine, a number that's very fond to me, if you're a fan of iRacing out there.
Fan of Brian Yazek.
Exactly. fan of the beard.
Yeah.
If you hang around
Beard
after
the beard.
Race, yeah, exactly. You'll see the number 55 machine in the Lionheart Retro Series.
My favorite Indy leagues to ever watch on Global Sim Racing Channel and all of iRacing. Now, where did Washington end up? He's still losing spots slowly but surely. Another attack from Andrew Payne back here.
Hanging out. He's kind of stabilized out back in the top 10. About 8th or 9th spot. As you see here, he's 10th spot actually last time by.
Sounds like things have calmed down a little bit here in this second portion of the race, which means the second stage of the race.
That's going to be conclusion on lap 66. What I'll be curious to see is if Dylan Jones can get up there and try and wrestle that lead away from Daniel Eberhardt.
0.6 of a second, he's back.
This battle right here for the 7th spot. You got 3 cars fighting over 1 spot. Kyle Kammer, he wants it away from the 00. Gabriel Wood. Gabriel Wood has 6.
Where did that 00 come from? Oh, 12th, okay.
There you go.
00 Ford Fusion. trying to see here any movers.
Right now, your hard charger, you're probably going to end up giving that to Eberhard. Started 11th up to the pole. Everybody else is kind of stabilized out. Richard Regan started 14th. He's up to the 4th spot. Gary Sexton started 13th to 5th. They're kind of in reverse order here because Gabriel Wood started 12th and he's 6th for the time being because Kyle Cameron wants that 6th spot.
Can't just get there just yet. He wants it, but can't get there. So running in the tracks of Gabriel Wood. Now, how about one of our front runners in that first stage in the early portion of the race? How about our pole sitter, Alan Elwood? Where is he sitting? Now, he's back there in 12th position. He did come down and take tires, but he's kind of mirrored back in traffic. He's got Andrew Payne just ahead of him. He's been trying to work on that car of Payne the last couple laps, trying to get that bottom line going. Got it going right now in 3 and 4.
Trying to make it stick. Mary, he's on some older tires. Well, no, he's got his stuff refreshed.
Yep. He actually missed that pit stop. Yeah.
Battle for the lead, though, starting to heat up. Dylan Jones has reeled in Daniel Eberhardt.
2 different lines.
Side by side. Look at this. This is beautiful. Side by side. Eberhardt up where we've seen him all night in the top group. Dylan Jones hanging out at the bottom. Be on board that Dylan Jones machine, number 16. And there he goes, side by side. He's going to try and make it stick. Gets a little bit of a wiggle, and Eberhardt's going to get that run off the top. Dylan's going to fall right back into line. But they're going to go into turn 3 and try again.
Dylan's better on the bottom in 3 and 4. He just can't get that speed coming off the corner of turn number 2, though. And like I said at the top of the show, Brian, it just seems like turn 1 and 2, it acts differently than what turns 3 and 4 does. Oh, middle lane now.
Oh, and you could not get a piece of paper between the wall and Eberhard up there. Oh, he's driving
Eberhard got loose
off of the corner.
Here we go, switching lanes now. Give that preferred lane to Jones. Hot dog.
Ooh, man, this is good racing up here.
Jones can get the momentum off corner exit. Looks like Jones, he's going to lead.
Yeah, and give that lap to Dylan Jones. Jones, though, he is going to be... He's going to be up in that top lane.
That's the line coming off turn 2, and I bet this is the line he wants coming off corner exit, and he does. He'll clear Eberhard.
Dylan Jones the lead, and just in time, too, because you've got the lap car, or the slow car of William Locklear just right out in front, but it looks like he's going to try and stay up and out of the way.
This battle for 4th on back is starting to turn into a 3-car battle, and it's kind of heating up here a little bit.
Jones has completely checked out from Daniel Eberhard, too.
Eberhard maybe burnt off some tires just a little bit.
I think Eberhard Dylan was able to clear the lap car in a good spot, and Eberhard had to wait, kind of fall in line. Here you see on screen, look at that. Kyle Cameron, he's trying to get that spot away from Gary Sexton.
These guys have been battling for the last couple laps here. Cameron's on the bottom, Sexton on the high side.
Position.
They were pretty close to Regan Jr. in that 46 just up ahead.
And Cameron gets a good run to the bottom and slides up to take
slams
the spot.
The door.
And slams the door on Gary. I think like Gary's kind of slammed the door on him. You see that good run up at the top? Because now here comes Gary Sexton back. He's got that run. He's fighting back to the outside of Kyle Cameron. Down into the corner. Now we got the slow car, the 4. He's going to get away, and that's going to make Gary kind of make a reactionary move. But he gets a good run from the top to the bottom, and he's going to be looking back on the inside of Cameron. Cameron kind of got stuck where he didn't want to be. Gary Sexton was able to adjust and really let the banking get a good run, but he did kind of stalled out into the corner.
Got about 6 laps to go until we hit that stage, and I tell you what, Dylan Jones has totally checked out of Eberhard. About 3 seconds now.
Oh yeah, that's you're not missing anything out front, boys and girls. This is where the action is.
Oh yeah. Cameron still fighting with Sexton. They're really trying to hunt down Regan Jr. Regan Jr. is doing a different line than Kamer. Kamer's doing an excellent job on that bottom side of the racetrack, getting a little momentum coming off turn number 4. I don't think it's not enough to reach the 46 machine of Richard Regan Jr. Maybe he has a good entrance right here of turn 1. Let's not wreck him to the bull ring.
Yeah, definitely don't want to find that dirt outside of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And now here comes Gary Sexton with a run to the inside. He's finally got back around Cameron, and there's a 0-0 back there. I think he's on fresh tire. Or has he just got a good run?
Sexton really loose. Oh, man, all that battling Cameron and Sexton were doing, that brought up about 3 cars right behind.
And look who's back there, Alan Elwood. The pole setter. He's gotten his feel good tires. Is the fender right behind the headlight a little crinkled up, or is that just my game playing tricks on me?
We're talking Sexton?
Elwood. Right behind where the decal for the headlight is on the left side. Looks like it's a little crinkled up there. Oh, there we go. There's a good onboard shot from the Wayne Newton of directors, Joe P.
Oh yeah, that's crinkled up. Plus, it's also dirty on my end.
Getting reports from our our reporter Richie Hearn that he had contact with the 62 machines. Good eye, Richie. Thank you very much.
62 machine. That would have been Ellery Queen. That may have happened a long time ago, too.
And the other thing, too, is the aero is super important in these machines. I mean, so at a mile and a half like this, it's not killer. If we were at Auto Club or Michigan, that machine would not have the kind of speed it does.
Oh, correct.
But
I was
going to say, if you kind of couple it together with the fading tires, I mean, once it wears on, he could probably be all right, but I wouldn't expect that 5 machine would have damage from the crowd.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. You were talking about that last build from season 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as aerodynamics at a mile and a half or 2 mile or even the restrictor plate tracks, Gen 6s, they mean more than ever. You got to have your aerodynamics. You got to keep that car clean. I mean,
yeah, you get a good 2x, wall contact, you might as well be down a cylinder.
Practically, yeah.
Look at that. Elwood gets a good run there. Richardson had a moment off of turn 2, and Elwood was able to couple that with a run, and it looks like Richardson was trying to make a run back, but it's not going to quite work out. But I think, boys and girls, that's going to be right at the conclusion of Stage 2. Stage 2 winner, Dylan Jones.
And yeah, he checked out about 4.5 seconds on Daniel Eberhardt. Wow.
That's impressive. And he and David Washington running similar paint schemes. I believe that does relate to the teammate side of things. All right, so stage points from Stage 2. Dylan Jones bringing home 10 points. Daniel Eberhardt in P2. Ryan Hill, P3. P4 went to Richard Regan. Kyle Kammer in 5th. 6th to Alan Elwood after that recovery that he was able to make. Get back up towards the front. Ken Richardson. Oh, Eberhardt! No!
Oh, Eberhardt!
Oh, right into the inside wall.
He got too hard on the brakes. Either that or... Man. Did he get too hard on the brakes, or could that have been maybe a malfunction?
There'd be a reaction to what was going on in front of him.
Nonetheless,
pit stops aplenty.
It is busy. Right side's going up. Drop the jack. Get over to the left side for the left side. Fill that thing up with fuel. Ooh, Richard Regan Jr.'s coming.
Comes all the way out there and blocks the run, basically. Look at that run off of the pit road. Goodbye, green cone.
Regan Jr. Kyle Kramer and Ryan Hill. Not sure, but I mean, if they're following real life NASCAR rules, usually if you hit the cone, would that be a penalty or no?
I think it would be.
Keep an eye on the race officials, see what they post. Daniel Eberhardt was given an EOL penalty.
I'm betting that was probably as a reaction or so.
I mean, it's either a reaction or something malfunction on the steering wheel that caused that car to turn dead left like that. Or
he's rolling off a pit road now, but that front end is going to be looking quite a bit different. And there's no fast repairs in this series.
Trying to see here.
Justin Faulkner getting a penalty, EOL, for driving through too many pit stalls on exit. The front end doesn't look that bad. It's a little buckled, but I mean, there might be some more damage to fix. It looks like the 5 of Alan Elwood maybe got his damage fixed. Kind of looking at it, I don't see that crinkle anymore.
I do got a report that the lucky dog car under this caution was Andrew Farnyar's.
Crinkle screen there. Getting another report from race control that the 90 had a black screen. So that would explain that. Yeah, rather than run into anybody, just pinch the wheel left and stomp the brakes.
I kind of figured something was going on. I didn't think he got too hard on the brakes that caused that car just to go dead left like that. That just seemed a little too odd.
Ryan Hill also back on pit road, getting some damage fixed to that 55 machine. He came off of pit road with everybody up there in the top 5.
Get the 1 to go signal this time by the number 3. Is not your race leader. He's actually trying to get a lap back. That's Mark Jackson in the America, aka Budweiser.
Now, by my math, a lot of these guys have used at least 2 sets of tires, maybe 3 sets for some of them. Remember, they only have 4 sets. The guy I'm going to be looking at is Andrew Farnars there in the double or the 88. It looks like he stayed. Remember, he stayed out, and then he pitted somewhere before that caution. I didn't get a chance to talk about it, and then now he's back on pit road again. So maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see how that one shakes out as we go on. Top 10 off of pit road now. Dylan Jones in your lead. Richard Reagan in second. Kyle Kammer third. Ken Richardson fourth. Alan Elwood up to fifth. Gary Sexton sixth. Josh Bonwell in seventh. Colin Salick there in the 8th position, up from the 27th starting position.
Yeah, the hard charger.
Yeah, that's the hard charger right now. David Washington in 9th and running out your top 10. Andrew Payne. And Richie Hearn passing along a note saying that this last time he just topped off with food. So that could be interesting. We've got 62 to go. I think that's outside the window, but I've seen stranger things happen on iRacing.
Well, if we stay green, we could see some possible green flag pit stop. That was a cleaner second stage. Let's see how the final stage produce. Dylan Jones.
He's got control of the field, and he's onto the loud pedal and away. Green flag back into the air. Gets a great jump. Richard Reagan there in second, now having to contend with Kyle Kammer to the inside. And Kammer is going to clear him off into turn 1. Great restart for that 8 machine.
Great restart. Second
crossover. Ooh. Coming to 46 back. That run to the inside, that's going to be the preferred groove, at least on the start, but I think the 8's going to fight back on the outside, pinch him down just a little bit. Not going to quite work.
Oh, 3 wide off turn number. Oh, man.
Look at that back there.
Sexton made a 3 wide, 93. Andrew Payne wisely backs out of that.
Very torrent pace that we've been running tonight. We've only had 1 caution outside of the stage break, so yeah, we're coming to 60 to go. These drivers know that there's no more stage breaks. This is it. We're running to the checkers.
Run to the checkers indeed. This is a hornet's nest from Gary Sexton on back. He's battling with that 99, making a pull and sell it.
Goodness gracious. Good side-by-side action throughout the field.
Ellen possibly second right here.
Look at that.
He's really sticking on that bottom side in this early part on the fresh stickers.
He's clear. Goodness, that was a good run from the bottom. He's making it work still. And now he's setting his sights on Dylan Jones. But remember, if a lot of these guys might only have one set of tires left, how hard do you push knowing that even if you tried to split this up into 30-lap segments, I mean, I guess you could try to handle it like 2 stages. Oh, caution's out. Put it out on the front stretch. The 9, the 62.
That would be Stephen Llewellyn in the 9 car. 62 of Ellen Queen.
What happened to the 9?
Oh, I think there was contact between the 9 and Eberhardt.
9 and the 90 came together. And Eberhardt, I think, just went sliding through the infield, getting it up on 2 tires, bouncing around.
There was a lot of blinking involved with the 90, though.
Yeah, that was some
discoing
code action.
As soon as he started blinking was when the contact happened. Oh, very unfortunate for Ellery Queen. He was the innocent bystander in that mess. Well, you want to take your sets now, or should we hold off on that set? I think hold off on that set until we really
I'd be hanging on.
Road's open. Let's see. We got any takers? Leaders, I think they're going to fake them out.
Yeah. Everybody's going to take it out. So I think we're going to take this quick moment. Bunch of fakers there. We're going to take a quick moment to take a pit stop of our own. We're going to come back on the other side for the conclusion here. So stay tuned, kids. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway as the cars are working down the Nellis backstretch, getting ready to go back to green flag racing, get this race towards the end. It's been a barn burner so far in the first half. I will be curious to see. Alan was making good inroads on Dylan Jones before that caution. Let's see if he can keep that pace up, keep that number 5 machine up towards the rear of Dylan's machine. Pace car looking to get away, get back to pit road, get some of that ice cream that they always talk about on pit road. He's away. Field is under the control of Dylan Jones, bringing him down real nice and slow, waiting real late, and then he gets onto the loud pedal here. Green flag back into the air after a little bump from the 46 to probably get him going.
Yeah, 46, he's side by side. He might clear that 8th car, but here comes that 56 of Josh Bonwell battling with Kyle Kramer's. Might be a no contest coming off the corner. That's 2 positions right there. Kramer loses in 1 lap. Still trying to get up the speed here.
Yeah,
he's up to speed now, but
he
rolled the apron.
Yeah. That's where you're really digging for grip, but now he's unfortunately slowed himself down because now he's back into a hornet's nest. Here's the 99, the 93, the 10. Here comes Gary Sexton. Not quite clear. Clear with contact, as some spotters might say. Cameron's he's trying to fight to get those tires back up to operating temperature. He's lost a number of spots.
Contact the 10 car, and there goes the 13 loose. We're still wrecking.
No, big pile up. Put it out. All sorts of machines back there getting caught up in it. 26 got a part of it. 62
I tell you what,
got another part of it. The 55.
There was contact between the 10 and the 13 at the start-finish line. Actually, a little bit after start-finish line, the 10 kind of cut him off there, and the 13 went to go bump him down in turn 3.
Here's the replay, and that's, yeah. Oh, the 10 just wiggles. It's kind of unrelated. The 10 wiggled, and then there it all went right off of turn 4. The 55, you'll watch him come in late here. You see him sitting sideways. He didn't hit anybody. The cars were reacting in front of him, so he stomped on the brakes, and the rear end actually skidded around now.
He definitely got tapped to the left rear quarter panel.
And see, oh, nope, I'm just going to park it down here. Excuse me, thank you.
Boy, I think I may have an onboard for you folks here. I was gonna say that 18 just squeaked by.
Well, a lot of cars hitting the pit road, getting some damage fixed. I'm seeing the tires move around to the left sides and the right sides, going up on Gary Sexton. And Gary Sexton awarded the EOL for the claim to the caution. I think that might be his last set of tires for that 13 machine. And we are just inside of a window for fuel, so this actually might not be a bad idea for Gary. 88 also topping off on fuel. That was Gary's 3rd stop. Okay, so he's got 1 more set left in the bank. But like I said, you got a fuel window from here. Oh, there's that stuff right there in front of me. I just got to look at the screen that tells me all the pit stuff. Alan Elwood has 2 sets of tires used. Dylan Jones with 3. No, or maybe that's counting Dylan starting from the grid. Okay, that's pit stops. Okay. That's at least pit stops. Well, generally you're not. Okay, well, okay. I know they can't hear you, Joe. I'm just talking. I was hoping Tanner was going to pick up the slack, but he just let me look like a lunatic out here. Remember that. So not much changed up in the top 5. Alan Elwood still second to Dylan Jones leading. Richard Reagan after that Richard Regan, not Reagan. After that really good restart, coming up to the 3rd position. Josh Bonwell 4th. Colin Salick in the 5th spot. Still our hard charger from 27th to 5th.
Yeah, last time I came back from the back to the front, like, or start from the back and all finish in the top 5, probably a couple weeks ago, I had hit everything but the snack bar.
Gabriel Wood also given an AOL penalty.
Good for. Yep. Ryan Hill had black flags cleared, but hey, I still tip my hat to Colton though, man. I mean, 27th to 5th, clean car and everything.
EOL penalty, not an AOL penalty. Come on, Brian.
Oh, yeah. Now we're going way back, Brian.
I remember getting those discs in the mail.
Yeah.
I also remember some news story of some guy, I want to say out west, he saved up all those discs and mailed them back to AOL. Look, the green here, field's going to reset. Like I said, we're within a field window now. So guys that pitted that last one, Andrew Farnar's there in the 88. Been kind of keeping an eye on him. He's topped up on fuel. He could make it to the end of the race. Ellery Queen in the 62, Justin Faulkner, he could make it to the end. Ryan Hill, yeah, he was on pit road. He could make it. He got his black flag cleared because when he spun out on pit road entry, he probably got a unsafe pit entry.
Daniel Eberhard disconnected from the server. Okay. Still remember them AOL sign connect to the internet.
AOL Instant Messenger. That was mine back in the day.
Oh yeah, I was a kid, technically. Compared to
my favorite away messages, I can't repeat on air. Here we go. Pace car looking to get away from the field. Once again, getting us back under green for our 5th caution. From our 5th caution. Dylan Jones bringing him down again, but he gets onto the loud pedal. Green flag back into the air, and here we go again.
And Dylan Jones gets on that loud pedal, and he is strong. And now we got side by side for 2nd.
Dylan really gets the benefit of being the leader at a track like this because he can really control the restart and really get away. Elwood under attack from Regan, but he's going to prevail from the top side, so keep Allen up there in the 2nd position. See Colton Salick kind of blinked around a little bit on my screen going into the corner there, but I think he's got it sorted back out. And look at that 98 machine. David Washington. Good. Came off of the apron, and that thing was sideways. You could reach Chef Andy on the right side. Gonna get that back collected and get going again. But he's gonna be under attack now from Eric Stanford. Shows how much of a rhythm-based track Las Vegas is. David got squirrely going off into turn 1, and that disrupted his momentum all the way through 1 and 2 into turn 3. It looks like he's able to prevail again. Side by side, right in front of him. Great battle there between Richard Reagan and Josh Bonwell. Move Bonwell up to the 3rd position. He's going to slide up there and take it.
Oh, he just slammed the door on Washington. Washington was technically there, and he got a little wiggle from it.
Clear-ish.
Clear-ish.
Clear-ish. Had a spotter tell me that once, and I didn't know how to react.
I was just about to say, how does the driver react to that?
That's a personal story.
Clear-ish.
Yeah, clear-ish. Basically, David Washington charging back to the outside, gotten himself back together, going to use that run from the top. Here he goes around the 46 of Regan.
Oh, trouble! Contact! Contact! That's Eric Stanford.
Nope, didn't save it. Saved it.
No. Wow, we're good.
He saved it, and then he didn't save it, and then he saved it again. That was some great car control from Eric Stanford. Unfortunately, though, that's going to cost him big on the track because he's going to go back to the 11th position.
Man.
You're going to go on board here, and you're going to watch the hands on that driver just swatting flies on the inside. Or we're going to go for the roof cam. Okay. Oh, no, here we go. I thought our director was going to make me look bad. Here we go. Sideways. Nope, got it. Don't got it. Got it. Got it. I got it. Good.
Whew.
Meanwhile, pit road next time for the 19 will be 4 tires and a change of underwear.
Left, right, left, right. That's the way I play golf. Man.
I mean, I remember that being the good Contra cheat code, not the way to get around turn 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Contra.
Back towards the front here. Colton, I don't know why I keep on saying Colton getting a run under Reagan there. Look at that, just beyond the edge of that picture there. Look at that 88 machine creeping back into it. Date out, we know he's at least got one extra set of tires over everybody. We know he's actually got the fuel to make it. If this race runs green, this could fall right into his strategy.
A little bit of damage, but it doesn't seem like it's slowing him down.
Side by side also up there, Josh Bonwell in the 3rd position, under attack from David Washington in 4th. And here we go. David, avoid that apron. I think he's learned his lesson after that momentary stretch right up to the side. Here they go off into the corner once again, side by side. I think Josh is going to prevail from the top side. Yes, he will, with a little bit of a wiggle and a tail wiggle off of the corner.
And that battle back there for 5th is just not going away. Actually, excuse me, for 6th.
Look at the 3 car. He took the wave around 2 cautions ago, and look at him. He's fighting up there for the 7th spot. He's got the best tires of almost everybody around him.
Yes, he does, and he's marching towards the front. He's actually, if he can catch that 93 of Andrew Payne, he'd be cracking the top 5.
Still a long way to go, about 3.5 seconds up to the leader, which is still Dylan Jones.
I mean, he could stay out for a little while, but
depends on how he wants to run it. Oh, yeah, gosh, this battle for 3rd is not letting up. David Washington getting the car squirrely off of the corner. He wants that 3rd position. He's got the red mist of war going on. All he sees is trying to get around that rear bumper of the 56.
Nice runs down that back straightaway, and every time he gets to that back bumper, he's going to pull out.
There he goes again.
Try
to make the inside stick.
Still making it stick. I think he successfully made that stick on the bottom row of turns 3 and 4.
Here he goes down to the 8. Try and clear it. I think he mowed a little bit of grass on his way through, and he's going to not quite clear. Oh, but maybe a little bit of contact.
I think he marched up the hill just a little bit on Bonwell, and Bonwell was anticipating that just a little bit.
And now Bonwell, I think, is going to go back on the attack going, okay.
Well, then. At least he didn't go through the grass to make an official pass within the grass.
That is very true.
Still 0.3 of a second between Elwood and Jones, so nothing really happening there just yet. But I still want to keep an eye on that as this green flag run goes along, because Elwood was catching Jones at one point or another before that caution came up, Brian.
A little bit at a time. It's not much. It's just chunking away at it. Like last time by, they both ran a 30.49. You had to go to the thousandths of a second to get the gap separation there. Good battle on screen here. Hammer in the 8 car. He's got kind of a focus here. He's been all over the map, up and down, back and forth. But here he's kind of settling out in that mid-pack position.
Just hasn't been to the snack bar yet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Huge run down that back straightaway. I think that's Faulkner, 26 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. Huge run on Cameron. Cameron might be. Oh, he got loose.
Oh, wow. Big time wiggle. Or is he trying to come to pit? He's trying to come to pit road. I think he got it woed down. So that's the first domino of strategy. 34 laps to go. So he's decided to split that run in half. Let's see how everybody else around him decides to play this out. But back up front, Alan Elwood has caught Dylan Jones. Last time by was about a tenth quicker, or 3/4 of a tenth quicker. Cutting that apron on the front stretch, driving it straight. Last time by, about half a tenth between the two of them. But David Washington actually ran the fastest lap. But here comes Alan Elwood up to the top.
As this battle kind of continues, as we're trying to wait for a side-by-side battle between the leaders, because it's brewing up for sure. Do you think, Brian, here at Vegas, it's one of the hardest pit roads other than Dover to get onto, because you have to woe down so much and you could almost lose the car because that commitment line comes pretty quick?
It is a very tricky pit road to get onto, Tanner. You're right, because down where the pit road entry is, there's no banking, so it's really, really tricky. Josh Bonwell has decided to pit. And he's getting an earful from Andrew, who wasn't quite a fan of how he got onto pit road. I think we're getting a report that they maybe touched.
There was a contact with Colton Selleck and Andrew Barnyards.
That was, wow. Here we go, back on board with Barnyards. And to get it loaded. Oh goodness!
He had to react.
He had to react, and then he clipped Colton there.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been a little bit of a late race decision on Josh Bonwell's part, because he really just kind of stopped on the track just a little bit.
Back up front here, we're seeing the battle starting to heat up. Elwood starting to make a little bit of inroads on Dylan Jones. It's not much. I mean, 29 or a 30.96 to a 30.94 from Jones to Washington to Elwood in particular. And I think, yeah, and he's right there. Dylan tried to get through 3 and 4, and the car had a big wiggle, and he had to roll out of the gas to catch up, and that cost him all sorts of time. There goes Elwood to the outside, all the way up in that third groove. Watch him try to make the run go here from the top. Move the number 5 car back out to the number 1 position.
Back out front where he started. Now let's see if he can walk away with this like Dylan Jones did earlier in the race.
I'll be curious. Oh, Dylan's going to try and get it onto pit road.
Yep.
First line doesn't mean anything. That line means everything. And look at Washington behind it.
Number 19's Eric Stanford's on pit road.
Impressively enough, he got it down. So that was an amazing pit road entry from David Washington. Dominoes are starting to fall here with 28 laps to go. Oh, and he overshot his pit, and he's got to back it up.
And number 5, the race leader's on pit road, Alan Elwood.
And here, a reactionary move from Alan. He's decided to pit because tires are so important. You can mitigate that difference. It'll be curious to see here. Let's see, Dylan
Jackson stays out.
Yeah, Jackson staying
He's
out.
on fresher rubber, though. You got to remember that.
He is.
Pitted
Dylan
that last buck.
What was Dylan's pit time there? 14.6. Oh, and Alan overshots his pit. Oh, he's still over. Oh, no. There's that fine line that I was talking about. I think he's still adjusting. Now he's in his stall. Left side's down. Right side's coming up. Or other way around. Now let's see where Alan ends up in relation to Dylan. And Dylan is gone. I mean, Dylan's on the exit of turn 2 now. And Alan, just with that pit road sequence, it just cost him dearly.
It's going to cost him spots on the racetrack big time.
Yeah, it definitely will.
So if we stay green, that technically cost him the race.
Now, I don't think that Mark Jackson can make it on fuel, but a driver that we think potentially could would be Gary Sexton. If I'm looking at the numbers right, he's right on the ballpark. We know Gabriel Wood can probably make it, so they're going to see kind of an interesting strategy. I mean, if you're Mark Jackson, absolutely run it out. You might catch a lucky caution here.
Yeah, I would do the same thing. I don't think Jackson can make it, but I think Sexton, Ellery Queen, and Gabriel Wood are good as far as fuel.
Look at back here. Dylan Jones is stuck behind all these cars on old tires, and he's trying to get around, to sail it down to the bottom and probably clear all of them. Maybe not quite. The top lane's going to prevail for Cammer. Oh, he got clear. Wow, good run on the exit of the corner from Dylan Jones.
Tell you what, he might be unlapping himself, though, but again, you can catch a lucky caution there.
Yeah, very well could.
Dylan Jones going around the leader right now, so he's going to unlap himself. That's just a huge difference in tires right there.
Woo, Cam. Had to pull out from behind the 56. Then they're catching up on the 3 car there. Mark Jackson. I haven't seen too many other people decide to peel off and pit. The 88, I think, has abandoned his strategy. Yep, he is 1 lap down, back in the 18th position.
Yeah, he actually got caught up in an off turn number 4.
Oh, that's right. And then he just decided to, decided to bail it in there. Jackson was driving the car almost crooked off of the corner. All sorts of action here at Las Vegas. 21 blackjack to go.
Washington's going to lap himself. Here comes
Elwood.
Elwood.
5.
Elwood.
But here's the thing to keep an eye on. If Gary Sexton, we think, can make it. So there he is in the 2nd position. I'm giving our director fits here. Just making him jump all around. So yeah, we think Gary Sexton can make it. Dylan Jones, we know is a fast car, and we know has fresh tires, and he is about 23 seconds off of Gary Sexton. That pace, Sexton ran a 31.71. Dylan Jones ran a 29.77. Oh, that's going to put him right there, right towards the end of it. And also,
man, Elwood 3 wide.
Oh, whoa, boy. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through.
Ooh, yeah, so I think Jackson almost hit the wall, too, off turn 2.
Yeah, Dylan Jones is flying right now. He's not the fastest car on the lap on the track. It actually belongs to Alan Elwood by about a half a tenth each and every single lap. But like I said, the race here is going to be between Dylan Jones and Gary Sexton. Dylan has fresh tires. Gary can make it to the end on fuel. I think Gabriel Wood is deciding to give up the go, and he's hitting on the pit road.
He is, so that takes it down to Elliott Queen, but he's being caught by Dylan Jones. So realistically, like you just said, it's going to be all Mark Jackson and Gary Sexton.
Getting a report that Sexton is really trying to save fuel.
34 laps.
Oh, he is. Sexton is clutching it on corner to try to save fuel. Good ear from Richie Hearn, hanging out, giving us some information in the background. So maybe Gary's not quite there on fuel, trying to save a little bit extra.
And then now you know Jackson's got to be saving something.
Well, Jackson's running faster lap times than Gary, so I don't think Jackson's saving a thing.
Then if that's the case, he's got to pit eventually.
I don't think he's going to save, about 7 or 8 miles worth of gas. That'd be impressive.
That's like pulling a Carl Edwards of 2008.
Exactly. But I mean, the race is getting down to it, folks. We're coming to 15 laps to go, or we're 16 laps to go now. No, now we're 15. I lost track of where the leader was. So, and just for a point of reference for you guys at home, we're looking at Dylan Jones. He is going through turns 3 and 4 right now. Our leader, the number 3 machine of Mark Jackson, is actually just entering turn 3 now. So Dylan has about half a track to make up. Now, his lap times are definitely fast enough to do that. He is, just about 2 seconds or 2 3/4 faster than second, and he's about a second faster than the leader. But Mark Jackson, we don't think is going to be able to make it on fuel, providing a divine miracle. So I think this race is really going to come down to, can Gary Sexton save enough fuel while also having to defend against the hard-charging Dylan Jones?
I don't know. If he's clutching it right now, I don't think it ain't going to happen. I think Jones will catch him.
It's a matter of time, according to the lap tracker. Sexton was a 33.18 to Dylan Jones running a 30.75. Oh, yeah, look at
It's
that gap
terrible.
on the screen.
Jones is going to catch him. I will promise that.
Well, that could put Jones in the catbird seat to steal a win away here in Las Vegas. 13 laps to go in the desert. This has been a thrilling race full of everything. Strategy, hard racing, broadcasters tripping over themselves.
Mark Jackson, the only thing Mark Jackson is doing, he's getting off the throttle. He's just letting the car coast in the corner. He's not clutching or anything. He's just letting the car coast in the corners and just kind of picking it up on corner exit.
I think Mark is in poker terms, he's pot committed. That's basically when you're so far in that the only way to go out is to see it out. You can't fold it. You can't give it up. You just got to see it out.
He practically just said all in.
Oh yeah. Right now he's all in with a 7-2 offsuit. And Dylan Jones sitting there with pocket rockets in that 16 Chef Andy's machine, screaming into turn 3 right now.
Just wonder which one's going to get the full house.
Gap is steadily closing, coming to 10 laps to go here in Vegas.
Tell you what, that hood on that 16 man of Dylan Jones, he's the raging bull. He's coming.
Yeah, he is definitely charging like a bull in a china shop, taking no prisoners. Yeah, let's get on board here with Gary Sexton. You kind of hear what he's doing. It's really impressive, really hard to do as well.
Clutching it. Doesn't sound like the engine's on, but the engine is on.
Yeah, and he picks it right back up in the corner. That is so hard to do, Tanner. When you're trying to drive it into the corner, drive it straight, not wreck it, and then you got to take and reach over with your left foot and stomp to clutch it.
Yep, that is one of the hardest things to do, especially when you come to a few miles.
It might be in vain. Dylan is 3.5 seconds back and charging hard. Oh, yeah. I mean, pretty soon here, we're going to see these guys in the same shot. You see Dylan going to the high side of that slower car.
Here I come.
Down the Nellis straight, down into turn 3. The gap still shrinking. Down to 1.9 seconds, 1.8. You're seeing it shrink in real time. There's the on-screen shot, and I can tell you what, in the cockpit of that 13 machine, he just looked up in the mirror and went, "Oh no!" And Jackson has played his strategy out. He's on pit road now.
Yeah, but Sexton, yeah, he's in trouble.
Yeah, Sexton, he's about to sit on the hot stove and try sweating ice water, because that 16 is a very fast driver, very fresh tires, and we know he can make it. So Dylan is full attack with a big wiggle from Gary. That's not going to help him. Looking out the rear view, and here, look at that. That bull's getting bigger in that shot.
Here I go.
And he goes descended 3 wide into the lead, and here goes Dylan Jones.
Jones might capitalize possibly a third place or a second place finish, maybe a top, for sure, probably a top 5.
I mean, there's a big enough gap out back there that he might lose a spot to Elwood or Washington, but there's 6 seconds back to Andrew Payne, so he very well could sneak a top 5 out of this.
I think he can do it.
But right now, it is all Dylan Jones out front. 6 laps to go. The machine looks calm, cool, collected. Dylan behind the wheel, hanging on to it. You know he's got it. 5 laps to go for Dylan Jones.
You know, the only thing that would change the complexion of Gary Sexton is if we get a caution.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I'm going to say it, and we might get that little green-white checkered.
Oh, that would just make everything turn upside down. Dylan is going to, if this race finishes as is, remember Dylan was 14th in the playoff standings. He's going to rocket up into the top 12. He's going to get himself some playoff points, so he's really going to be setting pretty here in just a couple more laps.
Eric Stanford just got by Kyle Kamer for 8th. Oh, I'm not seeing too many battles on track.
Elwood's getting that run. Swooping it down through the front stretch.
I still tell you what, Elwood still had an amazing performance today. He fell back in the middle part of the race, came back, messed up on pit road, but he can still salvage a second place finish once he catches Sexton here.
Absolutely. I mean, he's going to be cursing. He's probably going to show up next week with a whole new pit crew. But I mean, you just can't say enough about Alan. He drove from the front and then went out back, drove back out to the front, and just hung out there the rest of the day, really showing how strong that 5 car is.
Yep, got to write off Las Vegas and move on to Auto Club.
2 laps to go.
And we'll stick from the leader from here, and keep in mind, we're going to a track next week, Brian. Auto Club, that's famed for fuel mileage races.
That absolutely is. That can really swing the tides of a season around. But I'll tell you what, Dylan Jones isn't worrying about that right now. He is only worried about what's in front of him. White flag is in the air. We're not finishing this thing with a green-white checkered. Dylan Jones is very happy to see that. Alan Elwood gets around Gary Sexton, too. But you know what? That's all happening behind Dylan Jones. He does not care. He's going to be swinging it out. And Gary Sexton's out of gas. He's weaving it back and forth. But here comes Dylan Jones off of turn 4. He has rolled the good dice in Vegas and steals the win away. Dylan Jones, your winner here in Las Vegas. Alan Elwood in the second. Gary Sexton.
Nope.
Come on, buddy. Get there. Yes. Finishes P9.
9th.
That's not too bad. Oh, man. That was a great race. We're going to come back on the other side with a full field rundown, and we're going to be showing Dylan Jones coming down the front stretch, and I guarantee you what, it's time to make the donuts for that 6-team machine. Good playoff day, good standings, always good to show where you dominate in a series. We'll be back on the other side. Once again, Dylan Jones, your winner in Las Vegas.
Welcome back to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, as we've seen a tremendous finish here in Vegas with Dylan Jones capturing the checkered flag here tonight. He'll go to victory lane. Alan Elwood, nice comeback for him. He's going to finish in second. He was our pole sitter for the evening. David Washington is going to finish in third. Ryan Hill in fourth, and Andrew Payne rounding out the top 5. Josh Bonwell will finish in 6th. Eric Stanford in 7th. Kyle Kamer in 8th. Gary Sexton makes it to the finish line on fumes in 9th place, and Richard Regan Jr. rounds out the top 10. Justin Faulkner outside of the top 10 finishes 11th. Colton Selleck, nice run tonight, finishes a solid 12th place finish. Andrew Farnyards will finish in 13th. Gabriel Wood will finish 14th. William Locklear will finish in the 15th spot tonight. Ellery Queen in 16th. First car 1 lap down. Mark Jackson's strategy did not pay off. He finishes 17th tonight. Ken Richardson will finish in 18th. Ray Richer in 19th. And Jesse Abraham rounds out the top 20. Stephen Llewellyn in the 21st spot. In blackjack spot tonight, Joe Johnson in 22nd. Judd Danielson finishes 23rd. Daniel Eberhardt, nice and fast, couldn't get it done tonight, finishes 24th. Kevin Fetty finishes 25th. Michael Snow in 26th. And Ethan Moore finishes 27th. All right, do we have our Dylan Jones here? Let's see if we can capture up with Dylan Jones. We do not, so we go 1 down to Alan Elwood. Let's talk to Gary Sexton. See if we catch up with Gary Sexton on his fuel run tonight. Gary Sexton, do you have a copy there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep. Gary, I tell you what, that was a tremendous job on how much you were saving gas out there tonight, but you just made it. If Steve Letarte back in 2014 was in your ear, he'd tell you 3/4 of a lap short. Tell me about the ending there on saving gas.
Yeah, you know, I think I made the decision to do it just a little bit too late. I kind of got anxious knowing I had, you know, a couple lap fresher tires than those guys. And I got the EOL from causing that wreck again. I apologize to Ken Richardson for getting into him. But, yeah, I was like, I'm just going to try and make up a bunch of time on these guys with the fresh tires and then just see how it cycles out through the green flag stops, maybe short pit on them. And then I realized, I was like, you know, I'm going to be pretty close to making it. You know, let me back off. And then I saw Mark was doing kind of the same thing, and he's notorious for winning these races on fuel strategy. But yeah, I think I just, you know, pulled the trigger on that strategy just a lap and a half too short. You know, I don't know if I could have even held off Dylan the amount I had to save, but maybe if I had done it earlier, I could have pushed it a little bit harder towards the end and held him off. But all in all, it was a pretty good race for Dirty Air Studios Camry. It was fun tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, can you take that fuel mileage strategy and them 4 fresh tires and possibly get the victory lane next time in Auto Club Speedway next week? How's that sound?
Man, I'm hoping to. That's the first time I've ever actually had a shot in one of those fuel strategy races. So I learned a little bit tonight about what to do, you know, going forward for those scenarios. And look forward to taking that into the next race.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with us here tonight, Gary, and best of luck next week in Auto Club.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out AdProResults.com, our title sponsor. They do a lot in helping this league get going financially, and check them out if you're looking for any advertising, all your advertising needs, AdProResults.com.
That was Gary Sexton, folks, finishing in the 9th position tonight on fumes. And now let's go to Ryan Hill, who had an eventful race here tonight. Ryan Hill, you finished 4th. You started 4th after a very pretty eventful event for you at times during the race. How'd you feel out there? It looked like it was pretty exciting in that cockpit at times compared to what it was here in the booth.
Yeah, you know, Las Vegas has always been a track I don't like, but I've always ran well here, which is kind of double standard. But I had a blast. I mean, a lot of the racing was really fun, really clean. So a little bit in the first or second stage, we were racing like it was the last lap, but I mean, we always got to put on a good show for everybody.
Yeah, it was a great show up here in the booth, especially seeing some fuel mileage stuff going on. But I tell you what, you come out with a solid 4th place finish. That's good for points. That's a good momentum for you. How do you feel about carrying the momentum into Auto Club next week for possibly a shot at the win?
Well, I wasn't supposed to be here tonight because of commitment to class, getting a commercial driver's license, and they let us out early tonight. So hopefully next week they let us out early. I don't think we will because we'll actually start driving. But when I do come back, I do hope that momentum will stay and we can actually go up there and start racing for a win.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for taking the time to come talk with us tonight, and congratulations on a top 5 spot. And hopefully we'll see you in Victory Lane next week.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you guys for everything y'all have done, and thank Gary for the league as well. It's been a blast last year, and then this year it's only going to be a lot more fun.
That's Ryan Hill, folks, finishing in the top 5 spot here tonight. Now let's go to Richard Regan Jr. I think he's available to talk to. Richard, do you finished there in the top 10 spot tonight? I know you were running in the top 10, actually top 5 at one point. Not probably the result you want, but you still got to give yourself some confidence after a good run here tonight, though.
Yeah, not the result we were looking for. We were hoping for a top 5 there, but we ended up getting on the wall sometime during the second stage, and it really hurt our short run speed. So we basically just had to save our stuff for the long run and just keep on trying. And we had no speed on the bottom, so I was up top almost all night getting that thing working and just holding everybody off as long as I could.
Yeah, and aerodynamics means so much now these days here on iRacing and these Gen 6 Monster Energy Cup cars. It's crazy how we even talk about it. But I tell you what, you get a top 10 today, not the result you were looking for. What kind of result would you be looking for next week? I know you're probably looking for a solid top 5 finish and maybe a win with your performance the way you ran tonight.
Honestly, Auto Club is not one of my strong tracks, so I'm looking for at least a top 10. I'd be happy with the top 10. I'd be ecstatic with the top 5. That would be awesome.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you on there. But thank you for coming to take the time with us to talk. And congratulations at least on the top 10 finish. But hopefully you can get up there in the top 5 and battle out for that win.
Yeah, hopefully. I had a shot to lead there a little bit, but I don't know. I just didn't have the short run speed. But would it be possible if I could thank a few people real quick?
Sure.
I'd like to thank Neonism, my sponsor, you guys at GSRC for broadcasting the race, AdPro Results for sponsoring the league. I'd like to thank Gary, because he's a really good league owner, and he does a lot for the league. So just want to thank you guys for everything you do, too.
There you have it. Richard Regan Jr. finishes in the top 10 finishing position here tonight at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But hey, let's thank our title sponsor, AdPro 360, for advertising agency specializing in digital and social media marketing. For more information, go to www.adproresults.com. Vermonti Landscape and Design, from idyllically outdoor living spaces with terraced gardens, trekkable waterfalls, and magical children's play areas to gated stone entranceways and magnificent pool houses. Vermonti Landscape and Design and Management Group delivers dreamlike accents, amenities, and landscape designs to Long Island's most prestigious homes and real estates. With malicious attention to detail and premium quality craftsmanship, the Vermonti team transforms properties to breathtaking home landscapes as unique as the families who live there. Call them at 516-671-4499 or visit www.vermonti.com. Simulated Stock Car Association, to everyone here tonight for organizing the AdPro 360 Cup Series and contracting with GSRC to broadcast it. On the screen now are just some awesome companies, equipment, and software that made the broadcast possible. The iconic original music that lets your ears alert your eyes, and watching the GSRC production comes courtesy to Eric Ekholm and Casey Lalonde. See the screen for how to get in contact with them. The next time the SSCA Cup Series returns will be in 1 week's time on March 22nd for round number 4 at the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. GSRC will be there to bring you all the action, so we hope you would join us. Sliding across your screen now are some upcoming broadcasts, so check those out and mark them down on your calendar. If you would like more information about GSRC, including a complete list of future broadcasts, you can find them all at www.globalsimracingchannel.com. We're also on Twitter at GSRC Channel and Facebook at Global SimRacing Channel. Finally, on the behalf of our crew, Brian Yazik and our director Joe Peak and our camera artist Dougie Beard, I'd like to thank all of you for watching. So until next time, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.